So now onto the water flame. I went to dafont.com and selected 3 different fonts with no particular goal in mind other than to find something that goes well with this symbol. However, after seeing the first font, this seemed the obvious solution to use because the actual characters look like flames or waves, which would go fantastic with this particular symbol. I've also chosen 2 fonts for the tagline and I've selected the top. These are 2 futuristic fonts which are considered for suitability, and I think this one goes well with this font. If you notice that this font has like a quality of a heavy script font, which was mentioned in the questionnaire here. So we've touched upon that. We don't have to touch upon everything, but we have it here, so it's a good fit for the symbol also. So we've touched upon all bases. And I'm going to give this some spacing. So I go into the character panel and I click into tracking and I'll type in 250. So this gives it some breathing room. And obviously this needs to be changed to surfing. And I'm going to give this some breathing room as well. And we'll take it up to 1200 in the tracking. And we'll bring this down in size to see how it looks. We'll shorten surfing. Reduce it rather. Now there's something I'd really like to do with this logo design which would ultimately finish it and make it look much better than how it would look with the symbol at the left. Now I'll show you what I want to do and why I can't readily do it. Now in the brief, the clients checked icon above text, icon at the side of the text, and then closure logo. Whilst we don't have to touch upon all of these, it's sometimes important to consider the ones that remain unchecked or ones perhaps to avoid. However, in this case, I do want to put this flame in the center of the text because this symbol flows so well with the text. It would look great sitting in the center of the text, almost as if it's part of it. So to show you what I want to do, I'm going to select the text, go to type, create outlines, to change the font to shapes, and I want to object ungroup there to ungroup those shapes. If we move point across, now I'm going to sit this in between the 2 words. Bring the tagline down. Okay, this represents the basis of what I want to explore with this logo. So we've deviated slightly from what the client stated in the questionnaire, because this would qualify as icon and text incorporated, because if we're to use this logo without the symbol, if the client took the symbol out, there's going to be a gap. So basically the symbol and the text belong together in this design. So this is something I want to offer the client to say, look, this looks great. During the design process I found this font and the font works so well, I'd like to merge it somewhat with the symbol by putting the symbol in the center of the words of the company name. But also I will offer an option of the symbol alongside it. So whilst I offer this one above as a suggestion which rides against the brief, I also offer this layout which abides by what the client asked for. I could also offer this design with the logo above, and with these 2 designs the client can use the text and the symbol independently, as you see here. So I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to hold Alt and Shift to make a copy, bring it further down, just so we can focus on it. And I'll bring this one also by Shift and Alt, and I'll be refining this too, because this will be a backup or an alternative that I'll offer the client when I send the logos at the end of the design process. So working on this first at the top, we'll further refine. I'd like to bring this out further, perhaps a 1500 in the character tracking options. Bring the symbol across. I'm going to group all of these. Go to Object Group. I'm going to select all, and then I'm going to go to Align, Align Objects, Horizontal, Align Center, so that the tagline is in the center of the company name. I'm going to reduce this to see if it looks okay. I'd like the tagline to be longer, so I'll go for 1700 in the tracking in the character panel, and then I'll highlight all again, go to Align, Horizontal Align Center. Now I'm happy with that. So I'm going to replicate this down for the alternative style with the symbol to the left. And group, and we'll bring this across, and we'll highlight both of the names. We'll go to Object Group and we select all, and then we go to Align, Horizontal Align Center, and then we can put this against the symbol, which is going to be a little bit bigger now that it isn't incorporated with the text. So there we'll have the alternative prepared to present to the client. However, we'll still have the primary logo which we want to propose with the flame in the center of the text. Okay, let's highlight all, go to Type, Create Outlines. This will trace down the surfing font into actual shapes. Now, although this looks complete, I'd like to make one last finishing touch. Object on Group, and that's moving the flame slightly to the left using the keyboard left arrow so that there's equal space in between the T and the P, and that marks this logo as complete and ready for colour.